The number of new coronavirus cases in the UK has risen by 6,968. Another 66 deaths were also reported, taking the tragic total to 42,268. England reported 4,797 new cases of Covid-19, Wales had 462, Scotland recorded 775, and Northern Ireland had 934, which is a record daily increase for the nation, taking the total number of infections for the UK to 467,146. The new cases are slightly up from yesterday's 6,914 daily increase. 7,108 new infections were confirmed on Wednesday and 7,143 on Tuesday. The latest figures come as other data suggests the virus is no longer spiralling out of control in England after the Prime Minister brought in new restrictions, including the Rule of Six. But the Office for National Statistics, which produced the figures, said it was too early to say. Earlier today, a further 55 hospital deaths from coronavirus were recorded in UK hospitals. By comparison, the number of deaths announced a week ago on September the 25th was 36, while 18 were reported on September the 18th. And 9 on September the 11th. Of the 55 fatalities, 47 were in England, bringing the total number of confirmed deaths reported in hospitals to 30,096, NHS England said on Friday. Patients were aged between 51 and 97 and all except two, aged 59 and 92, had known underlying health conditions. The deaths were between September 26 and October 1. 4 other deaths were reported with no positive COVID-19 test result. Elsewhere, Northern Ireland reported 934 new cases of Covid-19 on Friday, more than double the previous record daily total registered 2 days ago. Northern Ireland's chief medical officer had earlier described the surge in cases in the last 2 weeks as extremely worrying and advised the public to prepare for a potential second, shorter lockdown. This is an extremely and deeply worrying time. We're seeing a rapidly deteriorating situation in terms of the number of new cases, but also the number of admissions to hospital and intensive care units, Michael McBride told BBC Radio. We could be back to wave 1 numbers of people in our hospitals with Covid-19 as early as 3 weeks from now. We have a very short window of opportunity to put in place sadly wider restrictions to stop the spread of this virus. Northern Ireland's 7-day cumulative number of cases per 100,000 population shot up to 139. 4 from 69.5 a week ago. After Friday's record increase, Health Department data showed 1 further death in the region was also reported, taking the death toll to 582. Scotland has recorded 4 new coronavirus deaths in the past 24 hours, has announced, and the number of cases has now passed 30,000. The First Minister said the country registered 775 new infections in the last day, with the number of people in hospital and intensive care increasing. The 775 cases are 12.6% of newly tested individuals, up from 10.8% the previous day. Ms Sturgeon told their Scottish Government's coronavirus briefing that 324 of the cases are in the Greater Glasgow and Clyde Health Board area, 102 in Lanarkshire and 164 in Lothian. She said a national incident management team will meet later with a particular focus on the situation in Glasgow and Lanarkshire. The remaining cases are spread across 9 other health board areas. A total of 30,687 people have now tested positive in Scotland, up from 29,912 on Thursday. The 4 latest deaths of patients who first tested positive for the virus in the previous 28 days take the toll under this measure to 2,526. There are 175 people in hospital confirmed to have the virus, which is an increase of 21 in 24 hours. Of these patients, 19 are in intensive care for more than on Thursday. Ms Sturgeon said, "These numbers today, not just of cases, but perhaps more particularly hospital admissions, numbers in intensive care and numbers of people dying, really should remind us that this resurgence of COVID is something we have to take very seriously." There have been a further 462 cases of COVID-19 in Wales, bringing the total number of confirmed cases in the country to 24,845. Public Health Wales said 3 further deaths had been reported, with the total number of deaths since the beginning of the pandemic increasing to 1,625.